2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Lakeland, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. So the opening lineup for the Heat. Out in the wings for him, it's Powell and Wiggins. In the post, it's Jovic and Adebayo. And it's Mitchell in at the 1. And for the Spurs, Barnes operates at the 4 with Wembanyama at the 5. Castle is out there with Devin Vassell. And it's Champagnie in at the 3. This season just getting going still. How quickly, Greg, can teams gel together and become one?
It really depends on the makeup of your team. How many new guys are on the roster? The style of play. Do the new additions have any previous chemistry with some of your players?
Here's Castle. Wembanyama outside. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
Inside. And Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Mitchell.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
And Adebayo sends it back. Mitchell dishes to Wiggins. Adebayo deciding where to go with it. Puts it up from 12. Bank shot, no good. San Antonio with the ball. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
You have to take advantage of opportunities. That's exactly what they did, and really, that's all you can ask for.
Right wing. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Mitchell outside. They set the pick. Lock at 6. Driving to the basket. On the wing, Wiggins. No good from outside.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
Barnes against Powell. Now Castle. He's coming off a 22-point game against Toronto. And Wembanyama, that's for 2. Again, the Spurs, good for 2. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
All right, a chance to see stats for Wiggins. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 18 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively, and he has provided points pretty much every time they've needed him.
Pass to Barnes from the arc. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Jovic. Now here's Wiggins. Here's the screen. Miami needs to get a shot off. And Jovic gets it to go.
Yeah, and you've seen Wiggins improve as a passer as he's added experience to his game.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, thanks. The Heat knew they needed to add more shot creation, and this summer, they went out and got just that, acquiring Norman Powell, coming off an all-star caliber season with the Clippers, doing so without giving up much draft capital in return, or even a starter. That has to be considered a home run for the Heat.
A terrific addition. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot-blocking defenses from last season. In 4th, the Spurs.
And last year, their rim protection was unbelievable. Teams actually turned down shots in the lane.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Pass to Adebayo. And here is Mitchell. Back to Powell. To the inside. Good ball movement here by Miami. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Jovic has got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Wembanyama left side. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
The Heat trail by 9. Powell outside. Mitchell looking it over. A three-pointer. Wiggins. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama, a screen on Mitchell. It's tipped. Back to Castle. Down low. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Mitchell against Castle. Here's Champagny. Nothing on the board. Here's Wembanyama. It's good again and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
Now, here's Mitchell. Rebounded by Castle. Spurs leading by 11. Wembanyama, a screen on Mitchell. Wembanyama high post. Adebayo on him. Fades and shoots. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
Here's Jovic, covered by Barnes. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Wembanyama outside. Castle with it. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. And again, Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got 22.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. The Heat making a switch here. Ware's checked in. Now, here's Mitchell. Still without a basket. Got a piece of it. To the middle. Here's Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Outside, Adebayo. Pass to Powell. A three-pointer. Wiggins. Miami no good on that time either.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Wembanyama outside. Off target from three-point range. The Heat trail by 16. And thus far in his career, GA, Victor Wembanyama is averaging well over 3 blocks per game.
Matter of fact, if he can maintain this rate, he's on pace to average the most blocks of any player in NBA history, surpassing the towering Marquis.
Here's Wembanyama. Following the score by Miami. Back to Castle. Just 5 on the clock. Off target with his 3. Last game for the Heat, they picked up the win against Charlotte.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, they didn't play down to the level of their opponent. That's not an easy thing to pull off, but they certainly were focused in this.
And the Spurs with possession. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Lets it go with the 3. And Victor Wembanyama gets the 3. Wembanyama's got 27. Mitchell passes to Adebayo. In the corner, it's Wiggins. To the paint. Where? Good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Now Castle. Still scoreless. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
Now here's Adebayo. 26 points for him last game against Charlotte.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around it, just his effort level was off the charts.
San Antonio with the ball. After Norman Powell missed from long range. And he's good on the 3-ball.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
And what about the collective effort so far from distance? Their shooters have been on point there.
On the free throw, no good. And Greg with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award. The Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Pass to Wembanyama. Powell with the steal. Hawkins bounce pass. Here's Larson. We've got 1:13 left in the first. Hawkins the pass to Larson. Now here's Powell. Shoots from the elbow. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Barnes looking around. Pass to Castle. Off target from outside.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Spurs leading by 18. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter. And that one's good, Barnes.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Powell against Vassell. Powell outside. All sorts of time. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. It's San Antonio delivering the blowout. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Spurs team out there.
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
They clearly wanted to be the more physical team, and they are setting the tone that way. I love the work.
And so Powell will bring it up for Miami. And when this game is done with, they'll be off to Los Angeles, taking on the Lakers. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stint. On the court for Miami here in the second, we've got Jaime Jaquez, also Khalil Ware out there. Powell is out there with Jokic Jonas, and it's Larson in at the 2. And Miami has possession after the basket by San Antonio. Here's Powell. San Antonio with the rebound. Here's Castle. To the middle, looking for Cornet. He gets it there.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
They set the screen. Out left of the wing. Over in the corner, Jaquez. Here's Larson. Defended by Bryant. Pass to Jokic Jonas. At 3 off the mark.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Fires for 3, and the basket by Castle. Castle's got 5 points now this quarter.
This is where we'll probably see Castle the most, creating opportunities with the ball in his hand.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, guys. Well, a bit of youth movement for the Miami Heat. Their rising star guard, Tyler Hero, said, "We've got a bunch of young guys who can come in and put in the work, and that's what I'm all about." This is an organization that values that, and it's important that we all have the same vision as the young guys start to grow up. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, thanks.
And since he entered the league, Vassell's playmaking has really come a long way. He is a solid creator.
Here's Jokic Jonas. Scoreless thus far. Out to Powell. And the 3-ball is good.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
Now that's how you finish with authority. Show him how it's done, young fella. Stephon Castle is a problem.
Powell outside. Has to Ware. Wide open. It's hauled in by Cornet. The Spurs have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. Now Castle lets the 3 fly. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively. Well, he led his teammate and hit him in stride. You really can't do it any better than that.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. It's hauled in by the Heat. Pass to Jokic Jonas. Here's deliver the hammer!
What a finish!
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Here's Castle. 12 points for him. Vassell outside. Castle on the wing. Latre. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Powell kicks to Ware. Here's Jokic Jonas. Hasn't made one yet. And here is Vassell. Castle with it. Pass to Vassell. Here's the 3. The 3. And he gets it back. Here's Cornet. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. He lobs it up, knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Bam Adebayo's check. And here we go. Coach's challenge is being called for here on the out-of-bounds violation.
And this is the exact type of play that I think is perfect for a review. Coach's challenge or not.
The previous play is under review. The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Boy, it can have a huge impact on the game. So many games coming down to just one possession. Each possession so critical. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
Wiggins is checked in for the Heat. Mitchell comes in for Jonas. Mitchell against Castle. Mitchell passes to Ware. Shoots, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Ware's got 6 points in the quarter. So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-90s. We were still flying commercial till that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs, all of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now, if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there reclining fully right next to you.
It's Powell on the wing, covered by Vassell. The shot by Powell, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Now Castle. He's got 15. And again, San Antonio turns it over.
Miami ball.
And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Sunday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And that game against Houston, that will be the 8th contest of the year for them. Should be a fun one.
Powell outside. Mitchell outside. On the wing, Wiggins. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
Kept alive. Vassell outside. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Castle. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
You have to be smarter about reading situations. There was a body between him and the basketball.
Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Miami. Pass to Adebayo. And again, it's the Heat missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
So, Greg, offensively for the Miami Heat, there is room for improvement.
Yeah, they realized they were in need of another elite shot creator aside from Tyler Hero. For all his growth, teams have been able to key in on him and dare anyone else to beat him.
Here's Adebayo, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Vassell against Jaquez. A three-pointer, Wiggins connects from three-point range. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, this was once an area of weakness for Wiggins, but he has proven to be a steady three-point shooter for a few years now.
Pass to Vassell. Back to Castle. Fires from deep. And it's Miami with the rebound. Jaquez the pass to Mitchell. Back to Jaquez. Wants to get it to Adebayo and does. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Bryant with the rebound. And San Antonio shooting the ball with incredible accuracy. 68% so far. Pass to Castle. Misses the 3. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Miami. Jaquez outside. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, that's nice right there. Big man points in the paint for Jaquez.
Here's Castle. 15 points in the game. And here's Barnes for 3. Mitchell against Castle. Nobody near Barnes. Here's Cornette. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatchback pull-up, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
And so Cornette nails them both. Miami's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Back to Mitchell. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. A floater and taken away by Johnson. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside Harper. Pass to McLaughlin. Back to Harper. Just 4 to shoot. And it's off from 3-point range. And Miami shooting 53% in the second quarter. Good ball movement, yielding good looks.
Now a chance to see the numbers for Adebayo. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, he averaged 18 points per, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
But that's right. There's no question he's not their only offensive weapon, but he is a key cog in what they're trying to do.
Here's McLaughlin. No scoring in this one. And here's Harper from the arc. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. On the wing, Wiggins. Carries it from 3-point range. Wiggins has got a pair of triples in the second now for Miami.
Was starting to stretch the floor. That's 2 triples for him this quarter.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
41 seconds left to play here in the half. Wiggins outside. Adebayo with the elbow. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved. He didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range. The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
Wiggins, and another basket for Miami.
Well, he's raising the stakes here in the second quarter and being more efficient in the process.
Pass to Harper. A 3-ball. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
Take a look at the Spurs. They're facing a team with similar aspirations. Good measuring stick game for them.
Yeah, like two dogs. They both want that bone. Who's going to get it?
Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously a lot of work to do for the Heat.
Number one goal in the offseason, get yourself some rim protectors. The guys you have cannot do it.
And credit their opponent for relentlessly exploiting that here. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Well, you're going to have to adjust the way you're defending him. He is getting whatever he wants right at the rim.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Johnson and Wembanyama make up the 4 and the 5. Then there's Harper, and it's McLaughlin in at the point. And that's the 5 to begin the second half for Mitch Johnson. Wembanyama with the bucket.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
Powell outside. Adebayo against Wembanyama. And a beautiful finish by Adebayo. Adebayo's got 6.
Bam moves so well for his size. He really makes it look easy in the way he can break down a defender.
And here's Harper from the arc. Offensive rebound. Wembanyama, no good. And Miami shooting well, 50% from the floor. Powell against Harper. Powell down low. Back to Wiggins. Shot clock at 5. Powell outside. For the 3. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Spurs leading by 22. Wembanyama. A screen on Wiggins. Pass to Wembanyama. And here is Harper. Launches a 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick and roll. Harper, I believe, is primed to be a special player in this league.
Back to Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Pass to Jovic. On the wing, Wiggins. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Offensive rebound, Heat. Goes back up. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside for Wembanyama. Over Wiggins. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Showing he's more than just an interior threat. Wembanyama also possesses that reliable jump shot.
And the Heat call time here. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Here's McLaughlin. Still yet to score. Here's Wembanyama for three. It's rebounded by Jovic.
He was torching them from deep in the first half, but he has not made one here in the second.
Mitchell kicks to Wiggins. Heat moving the ball around. Powell, no one around him. And again, unable to change momentum here. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. McLaughlin, the pass to Harper. Clock at 4. Fader on the way, and it's San Antonio with another.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Mitchell dishes to Wiggins. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
And the Heat making a change here. Ware's checked in. Now here's Harper. Back to Wembanyama. They double team Wembanyama. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
It'll be a jump ball.
Shot clock at 2. Johnson, that's for 2. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Bam Adebayo is big time. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, "The way he's worked over the years to add to his game has been incredible. He's one of the best passers on the team, and he's not afraid to take the shot in a big moment. He cares deeply about improving, and you see it in the results of his work." Back to you, Kevin.
High praise indeed. Allie, we thank you very much. Here is Harper, following the basket by Bam Adebayo. Pass to Wembanyama. 5 to shoot. Puts up a deep 3. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
He is just ice cold. Luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Powell. Back to Adebayo. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 13 with that last one. You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours north in OKC, another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standard's been set.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Wiggins outside. Takes a shot at the elbow. That's good on the jump shot. Wiggins has got 12 in the game.
And that mid-range shot looking good by Wiggins that time. You could tell he has put a lot of time into that shot.
Wembanyama outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Harper.
And I bet he wishes they could play this team every night. Things are going great out there offensively.
Powell kicks to Adebayo. Sinks that one from the post. Adebayo's got 6 in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Harper against Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Mitchell in the corner. Pass to Ware. Powell for 3. The rebound by the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Here's McLaughlin, covered by Mitchell. Now Wembanyama fires the 3, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Wembanyama has got 45 points.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Wiggins sets a screen for Mitchell. Powell outside. We've seen the Heat struggle in close games in the fourth quarter, Tim. Why is that?
I don't think, Kevin, they've got a lot of natural shot makers in those situations. Just not enough instinctive scorers. A lot of players feel the pressure of those big shots down the stretch.
I always felt that you wanted the ball in those big moments.
Take a break.
Well,
Take
a shooter never says no to the basketball in any situation.
First one falls for him. When you think about elite offensive players, Tim, what's one area that can really put them over the top and into a completely different category?
I think it's those guys that have a willingness to move without the basketball. If you have a willingness to run and cut and respace, it's going to create a lot of problems for a defense.
Has that even become more of a thing now as you watch these high-octane space and pace type offenses?
There is no question it's become something that's a priority for teams now, and I also think the ingenuity of these young coaches creates a better flow offensively if you're willing to run without the basketball.
Ah, that's terrific.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pass to Ware. This one for 3. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Just non-stop work. Adebayo's effort is getting rewarded.
Here's McLaughlin. He has yet to score. Drops in the tray.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Here's Adebayo. Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Harper. Pass to McLaughlin. A 3 from Wembanyama, and that one is off. Heat shooting in this game, 45%. Here's Ware. He's guarded by Johnson. Ware, no good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Spurs. Here's McLaughlin.
And let's take a look now at Victor Wembanyama's numbers.
Coming off a terrific season, he averaged 24 per clip, almost 4 blocks and 11 rebounds, and he led the charge when it came to scoring, led the team.
I see no reason why he can't do it again. To a degree, they've structured their entire offense around him.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for San Antonio. Pass to Hawkins. Here's Fontecchio. Again, the miss by the Heat. San Antonio's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Heat shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. To the inside, here's Ware, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Ware's got 12.
Gets one to go. It's been a great personal night for him, but those mean a lot less if you're losing.
Here's the screen. Here's Harper, and Harper slams it in.
Making the most of the screen, that's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Now, here's Harper. He's got 13. Over to the wing. From downtown, they get it back. From deep, bangs home the trifecta. Harper's got 16 points here in the second half.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
Spurs shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. That will fall for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game has gone, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Spurs running away with this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
Trust each other. Let's get that ball moving. Okay? Ball moving. No holds. No holds. Okay?
Well, moving the ball is so important to these coaches.
I mean, it helps make the offense run smoothly, Kevin. When you move the ball, more scoring opportunities open up.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. They've got Jonas. Norman Powell's out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Khalil Ware. And it's Larson in at the shooting guard. Down low. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Outside Harper. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throws? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. And it's the Heat with the ball. Powell feeling it out a bit. Takes it off the glass.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Castle. From the top of the key, San Antonio again missing. Here's Jaquez. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Here's Castle. There's the killer two-handed slam.
They say the vertical is where Castle lacks a bit. Show me where it lacked there.
Here's Jonas. His three-pointers off the mark.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
The Heat have gone 3 of 4 on field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Jaquez the pass to Larson. Now Ware. Here's Jonas. 6 to shoot. Larson good on the triple.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Vassell outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
It's been a quiet game for him to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
Inside, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Heat making a switch here. Adebayo's checked in. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Biyombo. GA, in recent seasons, we've seen the MVP debate get a little contentious.
I mean, every year there's about 3 or 4 guys who are deserving of the award. And the closer the race is, I think the more heated things tend to get. So especially since the criteria for the award is so subjective.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Wembanyama, he's checked in for the Spurs. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Castle finds Wembanyama. They double team Wembanyama. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too. That's a jump ball.
Barnes passes to Wembanyama. They double team Wembanyama. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Five on the clock. Here's Barnes. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 11 rebounds in the game. Powell the pass to Ware. Here's Jonas. From past the arc. Rebound San Antonio. Castle's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Still searching for his first bucket of the night. He is struggling, and so is his team.
Here's Champagnie. San Antonio again missing. Now here's Powell. Here's Adebayo. And it's Miami with another.
After a forgettable first half, he is turning it on now. You love to see this kind of resilience.
Castle with it. Wembanyama outside. They double team Wembanyama. A 3-pointer is right on target.
And you see some of that insane skill of Wemby. Able to drive and kick. That is a 7'4" guard.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. And stolen by Vassell. Powell pulls it in.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
The shot by Jonas, no good.
Well, he has yet to put points on the board, and his team is hurting because of it.
Pass to Champagnie. The 3-pointer, no good. On offense, here are the Heat. They're on a 14-5 run. That one falls. Powell's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Now, he's been reliable tonight, but that's certainly not the case for his team in general.
Wembanyama outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game format, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
Free throw good, Wembanyama. So, Tim, when you played, you were one of the league's best sharpshooters. Did you ever look around and pick things up off of other guys you watch shoot the ball well?
No question. In fact, I learned a lot about how to move off the ball by watching other guys as I made my way through college and eventually became a pro. And even when I was in the league, I would study other players to pick up things on their footwork and how to get my release a little bit quicker.
Give me one player that you really studied hard.
Well, there's no question Del Curry was a guy I watched because he needed very little time to get that shot off, coming off of his screen. And unfortunately, several times I got there late against him and learned my lesson.
Wiggins outside to the inside and stolen by Barnes. Now Wembanyama. They double team Wembanyama. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
It'll be a jump ball.
Powell against Barnes. Outside for Wembanyama. No good with the triple. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Heat. To the middle. Wiggins surveying the floor. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Making his size a factor. Wiggins does work in the paint.
Here's Castle. Pass to Wembanyama for three. A rebound by Mitchell.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Using all of that size to create leverage and rip down that board.
And here we go. Fishes it down to finish the break.
Well, he's mainly been a scorer throughout his career, but you like that Wiggins that time kept his head on a swivel.
Castle with it. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Drills the three-pointer. Wembanyama's got 50 points.
Well, he hit 4 threes in the first, and now he's drained 2 more here in the second quarter. Absolutely on fire from deep.
Here's Powell. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Beyond the arc. Good, another from 3.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game.
That is not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to throw an alley-oop from that kind of distance.
And then to dunk it with authority. Wow. Wembanyama, a screen on Powell. Launches it. Connects again from distance.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive.
And a calm in the storm. These fans taking in the moment.
He has made it pour from outside en route to the most threes in a game in franchise history. Nikola Jovic has checked in for Khalil Ware.
Nikola Jovic.
Pass to Jovic. 5 to shoot. Wiggins kicks to Mitchell. Over Castle. Wembanyama with the rebound.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Back to Castle. Pass to Champagny. It's stolen by Adebayo. Wiggins against Vassell. Mitchell dishes to Wiggins. And you look at the G League's impact on player development, Greg, it's become very significant.
And I think the two-way contract was a great addition as well, allowing players to contribute with the big league team while also developing in the G League. What a great combination.
To the paint. And Adebayo throws it down.
Oh, my goodness. 2 loud points for Bam.
Now Castle. Down low. It's stolen by Adebayo. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got his 8th assist in the game.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record book as a gaudy win for San Antonio.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Victor Wembanyama.
And he was tremendous on the glass tonight, controlling the boards and fighting for extra possessions.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Wiggins outside. Pass to Adebayo. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Adebayo with a screen for Mitchell. Back to Adebayo. The shot comes out. Good defense by Wembanyama. The kick out to Barnes. And again, San Antonio turns it over.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Wembanyama against Adebayo. Pass to Powell. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.